And I'll log in there. Hello, hello, hello. Huh? Yeah, no, everything is set up when I get home. Hey y'all, we're about to get started just in a second. Y'all know normally I mute, but when I mute, y'all be like, I can't hear y'all, so we're getting set up. So give me a second, let me figure out if it's gonna send something to my phone and tell me that I'm gonna be needing them all.
We're gonna do this when you get home.
Okay. It's fine. Hey y'all, I'm here with my girl Reek. We're gonna get started here in a second. This tells you, listen, having a team, how important it is to even have a team. Okay, let me see if I can put my password in. I have no idea as to even what my password is, but it's gonna send something probably that I'll have to approve. Everything's fine. Would you like to save this password in your iCloud? Not now.
Oh, we're gonna get a code.
Yeah, there it is. What is that?
326. Dang it.
Yo, hey, I gotta find my code. Wait a minute. Everybody, everything's fine.
They didn't come here to watch?
441-658. There we go. Yay!
At least you knew it. I hope I can get back in.
Yay! Uh-oh, if you can't, it'll always use your login. All right, y'all.
Hi.
Y'all already know it's your girl, Coach Q, with Chatting Up with Coach Q. What is Chatting Up with Coach Q? It is an everyday conversation about the ish that we as adults go through, right? And for the past episodes, we've talked about some things that really like tugged on our emotions, have given us like a reality check on things. And so what was important for me in this particular instance is to like have a conversation about friendship. So y'all know, again, we don't really talk at you, we have a conversation. So I'm here with my bestie, y'all, of many, many years. I don't even know how many years it's been now.
Oh, God. D'Angelo. Whoa. I
don't know, I just know it's been a while. So I'm gonna be here trying to stay involved in conversation. Hopefully my team is on. Team, I'm not in the chat, so maybe what I'm gonna do real quick is, hey, Stacy, Dante, whoever's listening, Nikki, can y'all add Sharica to Chat It Up with Coach Q? So that way, any comments that comes, she'll be able to be like, hey, fix this, we can't see your face. Y'all, I didn't want to miss a week of an episode. I was going to try to do it yesterday, but we'd be so rushed. So right now in Hawaii, it is like 11:03. 11:03. And again, this is episode six. I thank y'all so much for liking, sharing, following, and subscribing. Listen, my faith and confidence to do what I'm doing right now is truly God. By nature, I want y'all to know, even my big big brother, talked about it today, talking about faith being your nature. Me conversing, me encouraging, me having conversation is just a part of who I am. It is my divine nature, and I'm so grateful to God for that. It looks like, okay, I think this is YouTube. I'm just looking at my, lighting can be a little different. Let me take my hat off so there's no glare on my face. That's it. All right, y'all know I'm real excited about like my edges and stuff. Yeah, you see the little light. Yeah, this is YouTube. It's just a little darker, but we're here. So again, y'all go ahead and tag your friends, ladies. This is a real conversation, so make sure y'all talk back to us, all right? I have some questions, and even though this is my BF and we've had some time to really talk about some things, I didn't give her any of the questions because I like just a natural conversation, friends. So authenticity is it. Real quick, I like what you did even on your, when y'all went live this morning. Right where you are, y'all take your phones, even if you have to pause Facebook, go over there to YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Like Jordan says, hit that little bell because it's so important. And we would so appreciate it. Again, Chat It Up with Coach Q is an everyday conversation about the ish that we as adults go through. This is episode 6. Episode 7 next week is really going to be something. I'm having Martina on, and we're going to really be talking about sexuality. And what she experienced and what some of her friends experienced with coming out and sharing their sexuality with their parents and those that they care about and the impact. And not only that, her parents and auntie and all of us were in the church.
Yeah.
And how her church was a place of love and how she may have felt rejected or cast out. So again, we're not here to say right, wrong, indifferent. We don't want to get into all of that. What I really wanted to do is be able to talk about it and share her experience and what that meant to her. Because at the end of the day, I had to realize she was my niece and I loved her and what that meant. And we'll talk more about that next week. But today we're here again, episode 6 week, as I take a sigh of exhale. Every time I have to leave her, I feel super emotional because we're so connected. And I really can't cry yet, but I do want to have a conversation about just friendship and what it means. And so right off the bat, I want you to first of all, tell us, who are you? And what is this whole Sharica thing about? What are you about? Tell us who you are and where you are and just a little bit about you.
Me, yes. Well, I'm Sharica.
Hey, boo. That's my boo thing.
I was looking at the numbers, and I think we're close to 20 years.
Close to
20 years. Yeah, we are close to 20 years. We really are. Yeah, we're close to 20 years.
20 years.
If not, it's got to be more. Cause I feel like in my
Jackie's been gone 17 years.
Right.
She would have been married 18 years.
Bunna and I have been married almost 20 years, and you were at the wedding.
Right.
So it's about 1920.
Okay. All right. It's been some time. Yeah, because it was back in West
Yes.
days before everything moved over. Okay. So,
okay, great.
All right, friendship. So what are you, mother?
Yes, I am a mother of 2 boys.
All right.
My kings, as I call them, King David, King Daniel, or not to them, but to the world, I call them kings because they are. Navy wife of almost 20 years. Okay. 19, really coming up on 20 years. I'm still don't know how that's a thing, but it is. But it is. I'm a friend. I'm a lover. I'm a fitness instructor.
Fitness instructor.
Yes, I'm
what
a
platforms? What platforms?
All the things.
Gosh. All the things.
All the things. Like I went to school. I have a bachelor's in arts, bachelor of arts in dance.
Okay.
And so I went to ODU. Ooh, yes.
Monarchs in the house, right?
All of my people who went to Old Dominion University in Norfolk.
Shout out.
Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
Norfolk. That's it.
Norfolk.
So
but yeah, I'm a dancer, I'm a choreographer, I am, an instructor. I do all things dance, whether it's the technical side or whether it's the fitness side. So, mixed fit, commit, all the things, chair one, Zumba.
Extreme hip
hop.
Like everything.
Built to worship, I've done that too.
Yeah. Jazz, tap. All that stuff.
All the things.
You're right.
Yes, all the
Fix
things.
the
All things
camera.
dance.
All right.
No, because one of your friends called me and told me to tell you
To tilt the camera?
Yeah, like this.
Don't do that.
Ooh. Because you
just messed it up. Don't touch anything.
We'll do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So excuse us, y'all know this is, I don't have a team, but whatever they did, whatever he just did.
Orientation is locked. Okay.
Rotate device back now. Whatever he did, it messed it up. So we'll just have to, I don't know what that's gonna be, but anyway. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. And there we are. All right, so hopefully that's it.
We are where we are.
We are where we are. Let's just make sure, and we're gonna keep pushing.
Yes.
Cause y'all, we in Hawaii. And that's what it is. Okay.
And it is.
And so that's what it is. All right. So all things. All things well. So again, we're not on set, right? We're just on set, and the atmosphere has already been set for it. So I wanted to again talk about just friendship. And so when you think about the word friendship, what does that mean to you? What does it? I mean, just right off the top of my head.
Friendship is loyalty.
Loyalty. Okay.
Yeah, loyalty. It is fun. It's dedication.
What are you saying?
They said that was the way it was supposed to be.
Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. That's why we told them to hit Sharica in the chat. All right, but anyway. Loyalty.
Fun. Work.
Okay.
Yeah. Just freedom.
Okay.
I think about freedom when I think about friendship.
Freedom. That's a big word. So.
Yeah. Because like sometimes, I know for me, I have a really, I don't even know if it's called a circle. It might be called a triangle. I have a really, really small, and the personality that I am, I literally love everybody.
Right.
I really do. And a lot of the people that I have, that I come into contact with, have special places in my heart. Like, I legit love them.
Right.
But me as a 100% me, everybody doesn't get that. And so that's what I mean when I talk about freedom.
Okay.
You know, everybody may see the silly, like kind of like free Sharica in that way, because I love to have fun, social butterfly. If you down, I'm down. I'm always down for the get down type person or whatever. We gonna do it. I'm gonna have fun no matter where I go, and that's the type of energy that I like to bring.
Okay.
And so a lot of people get that. They get like the lovingness and probably the like approachableness, that I like to provide, because I like people to feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But me as a person where I can kind of like sit, and literally be free, whether it's both sides, whether I can give all that or whether I can take all that when I need to receive from somebody else. That's the freedom that I'm talking about, that I get from my true friendships.
Listen, you said something that really hit home when, again, we're talking about freedom.
Yeah.
And freedom to be you.
Yeah.
Because certain friendships require you to sin or be someone different.
For sure. Yeah.
And so why is it so important? And because the topic is the power of true friendship.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't mean that you can't have friendships with individuals.
Right.
But the true friendships allow you to be your authentic self, not have to send a sponsor.
For sure. Yeah.
Right.
But not only that, in addition to not having to send a sponsor for something else, it is the fact that, because some friendships are just that, where you are in that relationship and you give. And you give,
right.
And you get, and you love that person, and you're okay with what you provide in that capacity to that person. But that's just what that friendship is. And then you have those other friendships where you can give and you can take. It's like a back and forth. It's a reciprocation where that is, I feel like, where you can be. That's that 100% yourself. When you can be able to be in a relationship with somebody where it is a give and take, and you're not just completely giving up your resources, your energy, your time, your laughter, your love, but you can be able to give that back.
Yeah.
Get it back.
And get it back. And so, some people always talk about, I don't want to actually get ahead of myself. Again, I want to hit that point that you said of being that authentic self. So, you had, and this is a question that I think this is something we talked about before. And when I first heard it from you, I didn't know how to feel about it. She's looking kind of shocked, y'all, but we talked about it, yeah. But not even, it's the piece where, sometimes people's like, how are you friends with her? Or I don't know how it was, like, how could you be my friend? And I'm gonna get emotional because it takes somebody special, right? So we met now almost 20 years ago at West.
Yeah.
And at the time we just worked there.
Yeah.
We just, and I don't know. So how did we connect? What was it?
We ended up being like a manager.
Okay.
And I was working for you.
Okay.
And we just had a great team, and I think throughout.
I think before that though. Before I even, was Jackie there then? A portion of it? So even then, you were still, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
So I think somewhere around that time, we ended up just through work, through meetings, staff meetings and things like that, we ended up just becoming like, just super close. We just clicked.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, we just completely clicked.
Right, but some people say like we seem so opposite.
And we are.
And we are, so that's good. So, and our friendship, you can't tell us like, we ain't blood, sweat, and tears friends, hands down, jumping up, but we're different.
Completely.
Yeah. And so with us being different, how do we true back to that authenticity? How do we true back to being ourselves if we're so different? Like, how are you able to be your full self, knowing that we're different? Like, I have this full, big, in-your-face personality, and you're kind of pulled back even though you're down for the game. So for those individuals who say, I don't know, we just alike, because we're not just alike. So how is it that we mesh so well? Or what would you say about our relationship that makes it work, even though when we say we're so different, even less relatively speaking? So for those who are out there listening, how would you put handles on that? How would you talk about like what makes us different but yet makes us so like connected? I don't know, that seems so loaded, that's a lot. So.
It is a lot. Let me see if I can speak to that. think I would say that it's all about how a person makes you feel that gives you that connection. And I think from day one, I never judged you. I received you as you were, as I was getting to know you, and the same vice versa. And I believe that I loved Quetta before she loved me. I'm gonna tell you that much. And maybe she loved me.
I did. So tell that story. I guess I need to slow down a little bit too. Okay, we're gonna slow down for this side.
Because you for this side for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if anybody is friends with Quetta or know her, associate or whatever the case may be, and she lets you into her, that's a blessing because most people she won't. You know.
What do you mean by if I let you in? If I let you in?
Meaning like into your space, into who you really are. You know, because like both of us were type A, very strong, you know, we got it, we got this, you know, we can handle our own, you know what I mean? And it's like, if somebody kind of gets to you know, like you hold it back, like, wait a minute, you can come, but to a certain point. And so for me.
So you mean me with this big personality, jovial, inviting, love everybody, I still have this like.
Whole wall.
Hold up.
Big old wall.
So when you say you love me and you were willing to let me in before I let you.
Yes, that's correct.
What was that experience like then?
I don't know. I didn't feel anything about it. I just felt like I knew what I was to you, and I knew who I am. I think it's the confidence because I knew that who I was to you and that I was loyal to you and that I was okay with being a really best friend to you, and it took someone else actually to have me to see that like we were really like close. Oh, that's your best friend. I was like, oh, she is my best friend.
Hey, we were just close.
We were just close.
Right.
And we never put titles or anything.
Right.
But, you know, back then we just talked. We was close. We did things together, a lot of things together, and so I think it was just the confidence in knowing who I was and knew what I brought to the table. And so because I knew what I was bringing to the table, that didn't bother me at all that you had walls up.
Okay.
It just didn't. And that's what I mean about work. Sometimes you have that work in that friendship, just like any other relationship.
Right.
It doesn't mean that it's a bad work. It just means that it's the work of getting to know each other so that you can be able to flow together. And that's what I put in. I was patient with whatever walls and whatever point you wanted to be able to bring those walls down because I just felt connected and I knew that you were worth it.
Right. I like that. So you're worth it. And so that's in anything, y'all, then relationships take work. So if you want it,
right,
even if there's a wall, there's work to be put in.
It always.
And so sometimes as women, just the same, if we get that wall, and a lot of you have gotten that wall, they couldn't handle it.
Right.
And so they walked away from a friendship with me. Because like, wait a second, does she know who I am? You could have very easily said that because again, by nature, people draw to you.
For sure.
People like you. And so, man, you gotta work for a friendship when you got groups of people over here that would have been more than happy to even give that title of best friend. But you said I was worth it. I was worth it and you were willing to invest the time. And so what would you say to people like, you gotta really know that that person is worth it? Like,
you gotta know that that person's worth it. You have to be confident in yourself. Because if you are not confident in who you are and what you bring to the table, then what you offer with your personality and that would turn people off. But for me, I didn't feel that. I didn't take that as an offense. I didn't look at it like anything. I'm just like, girl, whatever.
Right.
You know, and I'm gonna just keep on going and I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna still be right here and I'm never gonna leave. And I didn't.
And that was it for me.
And I didn't.
And so when she's talking about, like, I remember, do you remember the time you came to me, was like, hey, I want to be your best friend. What was my response? Do you remember?
I don't know, probably when she say no.
I was like, no, like, I don't need another best friend, I'm good.
I got a best friend.
I got a best friend, I'm good. And, you know, rest in heaven, Jackie, it's been 17 years. And what's odd, not odd, how God would do it, even while my best friend Jackie was alive, to Sharica's point, you and I were real close.
Yeah.
Jackie had left West, and we were close, and I was her manager. That's a whole different story. Like, you love people, and they get on your nerve, and like, you respect them, and yet we were friends after work. But still no compromise. We maintained that relationship. But Sharica and her husband danced at my best friend's wedding. They danced at her funeral a year later, y'all. That's a whole different subject.
Yeah.
And so after Jackie transitioned, you were like, hey, I'm your best friend. And I was like, whoa, like, I didn't need anymore. I said my best friend was in heaven, like, I'm good.
Mhm.
But yet you kept pursuing. And a lot of that still has to do with, I feel like, our connection to God and Holy Spirit. Like, you know, the guiding of knowing.
Right.
And that transcends over into even, I think, more romance relationship. If you're really believing God for an individual and you know that's the individual God has sent you, it doesn't mean that it's not going to take work.
Right.
And I wasn't who I am now back then.
For sure.
Even though I still had great qualities and I didn't mistreat her. Like, let's be clear, none of us are going to take abuse. But I just didn't want anybody else close to me because the people who were close to me, they, you know, she passed, she was gone. My best friend was only 42 years old. And I think then I probably was 33.
Yeah.
So really young age, still immature, but you said friendship take work. And so let me ask you this, because I did get some questions. How do you give and support your friends when you yourself are dealing with tests, you know, and things? So how did you support not just me, because you have a lot of other close friends. How do you support your friends and friendship when you yourself is dealing with things?
Right. I think you said something to me one time that kind of like, and this was actually recent, that I really had to sit with, that it was just like, you know, and you even said it again today, but I never said it to you, but how you respect and value what I say to you and what, you know, what I have to bring to the conversation or to your healing or to your whatever it is that you need, your peace, you know, in those moments. And so I find that when you are in relationships, you have to be able to compartmentalize, to be honest, and make space for whatever that person is, what they need at that time. But at the same time, if you are not filling your cup, then you don't have anything to pour out. And I think that's the biggest thing, because I stay fueled up, not that I may not be dealing with something, or not that I may not need something from somebody else, but in the time that someone else needs to receive from me, or you need to receive from me, I am still able to give out of that friendship reserve, even though I may need something else on this side, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's almost just like with your children. You know, you may be, you know, you and Jordan, you were grieving at the same time, but you were still able to be there and offer him something, even though you were still dealing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And so that's exactly what happens when I'm able to give to you or to whoever else may call and need, and they have no idea what I may be dealing with at that time. But because God's given me that capacity, and I keep myself full, so that way I'm not like bottomed out of everything and I just don't have anything to give, but I keep myself full, so that way God can still fill me up over here, but I can still give out of my friendship reserve over there.
Yeah, and that's it. And it takes moments. It takes moments like that to recognize that, gosh, my friend needs me. You know, when I lost my husband and all of that, and you just like put your life on hold.
Yeah, completely.
And just came.
Completely.
And so there are moments as friends where we gotta be that person to that individual and put everything else on hold. How did you do that? How did you prepare your family for, like, oh my gosh, like, my friend needs me?
Right, that's a great question too, because it was no question, honestly. We were pretty much down for whatever. And when I knew, you know, that it was time, you know, then it was just like, okay, so what are we doing? It was, you know, my husband's very supportive. It wasn't like, okay, you go, let's do that. Oh, he could have done that. But he's like, well, what are we doing? How are we gonna go and support? Like, he was like, or he would be like, go, that's your friend. Like, you know, when you had the cruise or whatever was after that, go, that's your friend. Like, you know,
I was turning 50,
go.
right.
Yeah, that she only turned 50 once, you know, she needs you to go. You know what I mean? So, and then honestly, at that time, when Boaz passed, then I came back a few months later, my family really needed me at that time, but I still came to you. Not once did I mention that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I talked to them, you know, I communicated what was going on, and we made whatever had to work in our house work so that I could be free to be there for you.
So now, based on the conversation we had, I don't want to make it kind of one-sided. Like, so what we described and talked about is again, how you've shown up for me and how you were there to support me and befriend me, and we're so different. But like, let's just call out the elephant in the room. Like, what do I do for you? Like, cause this isn't a one-way friendship.
No, not at all.
Like, and y'all, when I say this is my people right here. So what do I do for you, or what's important? And there's different things that we do for each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And again, we talked about again how we're different. So what do I do for you? How do I fill your cup?
Mm-hmm.
Because we talked about, again, friendships, and we got to know as individuals that it still takes work, and it takes a lot. So what do I do for you to kind of reassure you, to kind of give you like all of that, because you said I was worth it.
Yeah.
And friends, we have to be worth it, and all of us need that person. So talk to us about that.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to, but okay. Because on social media, it's tears, you know, and it brings tears to my eyes, and the reason why is because,
Take your time. We hope y'all are getting something out of this.
I only have a few people that I have personally experienced that literally will give me the skin off their bones. That's how close it is. Just a few. And you're one of them. And that type of loyalty, you know, that type of loyalty is unmatched. It makes you feel safe. As much as you say, I give to you, that's what you do for me. And I know that, like you said, I was talking about, you know, we talking about what I provide and things like that, but you give a type of loyalty that is unmatched. I only get that literally from a triangle number of people. It's unmatched, and I don't care if we talk every day, because we don't, or 4 times a year, skin off the bones, and that's what I receive from you. Loyalty that is unmatched. If you tell me something, you are going to absolutely do it, and you show up in ways that, like, for me, it's not about words, you know. It's about behind the scenes, and everybody, and a lot of people may know you. All these thousands of people know you social media wise. You know, a lot of people don't know you personally. They don't interact with you every day, so they see all of that. But you are 1,000% true to me in what they see, like, and even more. You know what I mean? I get the behind the scenes person, and that's the person that I love. That's what you bring to me. That loyalty, that authenticity. Personal comedian, just like my husband.
So we funny off camera, y'all. We listen, Coco. What's that?
So I mean, I think that's important to me, to just have that, because I don't have people, and you've been there with me through things, and but I know that when people experience trauma, and the people that were there with them, you remember that the most. You know, you were there with me with my mom, you know, my grandma passed. You know, I was home early. So to have people around me that literally just loves me and want to support me, and not even just in a maternal instinct, but like just to be there, I really, really value loyalty. Mm-hmm. I really, really value people showing up and not just saying something, but actually doing. Mm-hmm. And that's what you do. Yeah, that means a lot. So loyalty. So let's talk. Social media sees that I have another best friend. Shout out to Katrina. Hey girl. What's up, friend? Like, listen. And you heard about Katrina. Right. You know about Karen. Right. You know about this tribe. Right. Sure. You know about Renee and Sharica, like all these people everywhere. So you see all these people, and not just a social media thing, but all these people are really close and care about me. Like Connie, Trey, how does that how does that impact you? Because wait a second, you're all the way in Hawaii, you were in California, you were in Georgia, and yet you know when you're coming to the 757, when you know, and you like you. Do you feel like you gotta share me? Do you feel like you take a back seat? Like, how is that experience with sharing me, for lack of a better word,
with like all these people, with the world, or
Right.
with these groups, how does that impact you, our relationship? How does that make you feel or not feel? Or
It doesn't make me feel any type of way.
it goes back to what you said earlier.
I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident in what we have. And I love that people get to experience who you are. I think that's a gift to be able to share that.
And like you're not the only one who sees it.
Yeah, I love that. And I love when people see. For me, as a friend, my person too. You know, I'm very protective. I love I protect those whom I love. Very, very, very protective of that. And so I'm protective of the perception of you as well.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
even though you know me, I'd be like, man, freak that, whatever. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, tell them come see me.
Right.
Fight me. Right. That's the side that'll come out.
That'll come out.
Right. But
Right.
like I'm very protective of how people perceive you. You know, because I know who you are. They may see that. They may see like, you know, maybe one interaction could be off-putting.
Right.
But they just caught you maybe in a business state because again, you don't play no games.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like business is business, friendship is friendship.
Right.
I got the same thing. When we worked together, I mean, she was my manager. I had to, you know, she did my evaluations. I had to report to her. I had to give her all the things that she needed. We worked together, but she was my manager. And when business was business, we did business.
We did.
And then if I needed reprimanding, she'll tell me, send me an email, whatever. This wasn't my shit. Write me back.
You remember that?
I remember all that. Yeah. And then I'd be like, I'd be like, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm good, but I'm not perfect. Oh, I did that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll fix it
Let me
next
put
time.
this quick commercial, y'all. So as her manager, you know how like I'm telling her something that's going on is wrong, and she was like, yeah, okay, I'm not perfect. She never made excuses. She just said, hey, I'm gonna address it. And mind you, we were friends. And literally we would have that, and I remember one time when that was done, I was like, no, we want to eat. She was like, you don't give me a minute. Like, you don't give me like 1 second. And I'm thinking like, well, that's done. So we had the ability to be friends, have a professional relationship, and then have a very close, intimate relationship. And that's key. Because sometimes having your friends in your personal space, and that was one of my questions, your business space, sometimes people don't respect you. It doesn't mix because familiarity breeds contempt. And so people get too familiar. But you respected me as your leader, and then we were friends. And so at the same time, so when I was her friend, I wasn't trying to be her leader or her manager. Right, I was her friend.
Right. And that's something that actually, you know, grew into that. That's something that prepared me to be what I am today. You know, my husband and I, we counsel people, you know, in their marriages or whatever the case may be. And these people are our friends too.
Okay, right.
And I literally am ever able to separate the two.
Right.
When it's business for me, and when we're friends, we're friends. But when we're in a session or whatever, it's straight business.
It's straight business.
I show no favors, whether I'm a friend with the female or whether I'm a friend with the male or whatever the case may be. I show no favors. I show truth. And so, but yeah, that commercial break was awesome. It was very true. So
it was
that part.
It was really talking about that. So y'all, I want to give y'all. I always like y'all to walk away with something. Like, what can we carry away as well? So 3 of the things I want to talk about that's important even in friendship as you think about is communication. Right? So if things don't vibe right, being able to have a conversation of how this made me feel.
Right.
Because people don't measure your intentions, they measure your actions, right? Compromise. There's some give and take.
Right.
Like there's some things we need to move and shake on, and then commitment. You gotta be committed to the relationship in order to get out of it what you want.
Right.
You know, those things were key to me. And then character says a lot. Like who we are. And so when I started dating again, right? You had a very good relationship with my late husband. You called him Boaz. Like he was all those things. And when he transitioned, you hurt as well. And yet you needed to be here for me. And so having to deal, was there a time that you were unable, you didn't even have time really to deal with how much it impacted you because you were so busy there for me? How was that?
I don't think that I had a time to where I did not, where I wasn't able to process it. I think, again, that goes back to that communication, you know, because of how you move, you know, a lot of the times I'm very sensitive, especially in that moment, because I experienced grief with you before with Jackie.
Right.
So I'm very sensitive to, you know, what you're thinking, how you moving, and then with me being so far away, that affected me more so than anything because I wasn't able to physically be there every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Jackie, we both took off work. We didn't care what was happening at work.
Yeah, she was working for me then. I took off, right? Everybody knew Jackie was my best friend. She was my friend. She took off.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, she was my vice president. Like, you the president, she was the vice president, and both of us gone. And we just, Rob Moline, I'll never forget you. If you ever see this, Rob, he is the most amazing leader that I've had in a while. But Rob, it was like, he knew when I was gone, that Sharica was gone. No question. No questions asked. And so you knew it was important for you to be there. So that's why it made a difference, even having those people around me that loved me.
Absolutely. I mean, that made my heart smile to know that you were being taken care of. Mm-hmm. To know that they were sensitive to you. They were sensitive to every single moment, mm-hmm. You know, every single pause that you took, every single thing that was going on. And that just made my heart smile to know that, like, she really got her people, and whether I'm there every single day or not, that you were going to be taken care of. But yeah, going back to your question, I was definitely able to still grieve, but I communicated to you what I needed from you as well.
Right.
You remember that conversation that we mm-hmm. had, because you know it went to a point where, again, we don't talk every day, so like in those moments, sometimes I wanted to talk every day because I wanted to hear your voice. I'm like, just call me, or even FaceTime me. Let me see your face. Yes. Even if you didn't say anything, I wanted to feel like I was doing my part. I wanted to be there, and you wouldn't. You know, sometimes you just wouldn't pick up the phone and call. And I was respecting what you were going through that process. But I'm like, I had to say to you, like, I want to know too.
Right.
Tell me.
So that's where that compromise came in. I needed to.
I need you to call me more. I need you to FaceTime me more. I need to see. I need to hear. You know, so that was what I needed to help me to process the grief as well. Okay. And we did that. And we did. And I had to compromise. I had to give in. Like, I was like, I realized that it wasn't just about me, but you seeing and checking on me, because again, I wanted to be strong, and I internalized, and there was things going on. And so let's real quickly, because I know we only have a bit. I have a flight to catch, y'all, to go back to the East Coast. But let me ask you this: when we heard about this new dating thing, you know, and I put it out there on Facebook, you saw all these people saying all these things about me. Like, how did that, like? And then it was during the time too that you became that first lady, so you couldn't really like cuss out loud or something, or they would judge you. So how did that music, listen,
like, what is all that about?
First of all, don't come for her. Mm-hmm. Come for me. And you see my auntie said, because it's my business, because it's her business. The problem that I think I had with that, or anybody leading up to the point, is that, once again, I may not have always been there, but I have definitely experienced it. Again, going back with Jackie, something I will never forget. Cries that you can't get out of your head. As if you had night terrors or some type of PTSD that you can remember if you blink your eyes. I will never get that out of my head. Mm-hmm. You know,
I'll never get
up in the loft.
You remember that? Up in that loft? Yeah, you came through the door.
The cries. Jesus, I know. Nobody knows. And so, so to know where you've been through that, how you grieve, how you love hard, and then having to deal with Boaz and how you love hard, and knowing what you went through the process, and how, again, you built up walls even to God, allowing you to grow through that process. What grief looked like for you, right? Because it looks different for everybody. And nobody can say that this is what you got to do. You need 14 years before you can move on, or you need this before you can do that. Oh no, this is too fast, or that's too slow, or whatever the case may be. Nobody can say anything, because when I know what I've seen from you in the dark, in the corner, in the booth, the times when you will call me and you just be crying, the times that I'm on the phone and I'm helping her, even, you know, and she did that for me. That helped me to help her process grief as well. The times that when you call me and I'm helping you to clean out Boaz's clothes, throwing away his shoes, giving away stuff, we did that together. And to know how impactful that was for you, and the pain and all the stuff that you felt, and knowing the walls that you built because of what happened in the grief and everything like that. Nobody knows. And so to even say, her, my friend that I knew, that was not even trying to be here for this at all. She Read, no. People would say, no, I'm not. How could I give my heart to somebody else? How could I even not? Then I started telling you about things, watch the movie Love Again, do this and do that. I just kept sensing different things. Lay on the table, allow God to heal you. All the things that I know that you went through in the dark that you don't show people in the light. All that, because you want, you're strong, so you're gonna portray that. Even though you did show some vulnerabilities. And so for somebody to say to you, oh, this is too soon, or you're dating now, you're not even fully healed, you're not this, don't tell me what this girl cannot do. Don't tell me what God has not done in your life and what you haven't allowed God to push through and to work through and to chisel at, and he's still working. It's still a process. But he has opened up the capacity for you to be able to love again, for you to even be able to consider it again.
Right.
So the fact that you're considering it and you're not sitting in a hole, and for people to be like, while you sitting at home with your boo, y'all holding hands and y'all spooning, but she got to still wait 6 more years while she laying in the bed crying or processing and go through 14 more therapy sessions before she can even let anybody else in. Mind you, your own business.
Make it make sense, Reed.
Because who will be there for you? Because it's everybody else giving an opinion about what, when, and how. Nobody can judge that time but you in your relationship with the Lord. Period. And all people can do is either support or shut up.
Support or shut up. So y'all, this time went quick. I had some other things. Again, be consistent. You got to show appreciation, right, for one another. Admiration, like complimentary, like we compliment, like we just have a good time. Y'all see the videos like we do, like won't miss any time. Affection, we both give and take like there's nothing. When she said skin off her back, listen, I knew some of my family, even my adult children, would be ready for this. Lord forbid, if for some reason I transition to heaven before Jordan makes 18, it is this girl and my brother who I would want raising my son. I have sisters that I love. I have my mom. I have my older children. When you entrust my child to this woman, because I watch her as a mother, I watch her as a wife, but not just her, your husband. And so it was important to me. Like, she knows she has access to everything about me. If for any reason I close my eyes, she is the one who is my voice. That's just it. So get that person that you trust that much. The power of true friendship. There's no question. There's no question. I stayed in your home. Like there's no looking over your shoulder. People can't even trust folk around their man. Let alone around their children or anything else, y'all. So that's a whole different conversation because it goes back to you not having confidence. Right. And there's nothing. I love my friend and I admire the relationship she and her husband has. That's her husband. These are her kids. And I'm here to support that. And so even though we're different, God assigned this. And I'll never forget the day I called her. I was like, okay, I'm ready to be best friends. And she was like, I knew it was coming. So some things take time and patience, and it's highs and lows. So as we end this, a few rapid fire questions.
Yes.
Okay? What's your must-have snack?
Oh, God. Okay, quick, rapid fire. Pickles.
Pickle juice. Shot it up.
Pickles.
Male pickles.
Just crunchy pickles, not the juice.
Not the juice, but pickles.
Big
pickles. Big pickles. Okay. Mayo or mustard?
Mayo.
Beach. Back to pickles and mayos. I don't know the connection. Beach or pool?
Beach.
She's in Hawaii. Texting or talking? Text. Okay. Your favorite day of the week?
Thursday.
Okay, Thursday. Why Thursday?
It's like the end of my work week.
Oh, end of your work week? Okay, makes sense.
End of my weekend.
Last song you downloaded?
Oh, God. It's a song called Drift. My son gives me all the music.
Okay, Drift.
Yeah.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Why is it Christmas for you?
Because it's my birthday.
It's her birthday. Alrighty. Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to communicate with animals?
Ooh, I would love to communicate with animals.
Communicate with animals. Okay. If you had to sing a song at karaoke, what would that song be?
It's called Paralyzer
I don't know the words.
You don't know the words anyway.
Whatever.
Sing any song.
Sing me some. Okay, what is your favorite thing to do?
Dance.
Dance, and then last but not least, what's your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple! So again,
Yes.
y'all, this time has flown. I'm about to catch a flight, about to go to the airport, but we really want to thank you just for tuning in with us. We know we weren't on set. We hope that you have an opportunity to get some authenticity. What you see from us is what you get.
Yeah.
I honestly, and I'm not saying people don't have disagreements and all that other stuff. I can't truly think of a moment where I'm like, don't talk to me, let's not talk. Like,
Yeah.
because again, it goes back to compromise. It goes back to pausing to listen.
And it goes back to respect too.
And then respect.
Respect is like, I didn't like that. Just like, we had a situation. I didn't like that. Can we make this deal? Let's not do that again.
And let's just do it. Like let's just do it. She does something that I'm like real super funny about. Like she'll burp, just let all of her things just out. And I'm like, ew, whatever. And then she'll be like, oh my gosh, get over it. Like we got quirkiness about us that we enjoy. But to your point, you allow me to be my full me. I never have to pretend with you. I never have to pretend, and I thank you for it immensely. You make me better. I made the video today, said this human has changed my life. You have changed my life and perspective. And as soon as I thought I couldn't have any other best friend beyond Jackie, there would be nobody else who would understand me and get me like Jackie. God does exceedingly and abundantly. And there's no comparison, it's just a different chapter.
Right.
And so even when I think about my love for Boaz, Cage will always be he is. But however, there's room in a different chapter to love and exceedingly and abundantly.
Part of the same book.
Part of the same book, just a different chapter. So y'all, thank you for tuning in. If there's a friend that you need to mend with, go after, compromise, go get it.
Yes.
These are everyday conversations about the ish that we as adults go through. And women can be friends.
And you can have more than one.
And you can have more than one.
I have another best friend, sister friend, and guess what? What I love, they're friends. That's
Yeah.
all that makes me so
That's
happy.
right. Oh my gosh. And
It
you and
makes me
Trina.
so happy.
Let me tell y'all real quick.
We're all friends.
Like we all went to Vegas, and her and Trina knew about each other, but that was the first time they got together, and they were all like, I was like, remember me? Like, you my best friend, and then y'all get together like, oh, let's hang out, they vegan and Kiki and Kaka. And I said, where they go? Trina and Sharica were here.
Right.
How they go there without me?
Our individual best friends are friends with each other. That just makes my heart even more happy.
That's it, because we're still the same, and I love it, And so Katrina, when we were in Japan, you were cheering us on, and now we're in Hawaii, Trina. Like, you gotta know who you are and the confidence of who you are. Y'all tune in, like, subscribe, send your blessings our way, all that other stuff. Give us up some hearts. Go over to YouTube, because remember, Facebook, when y'all go to share, don't share the Facebook link, share the YouTube link to this episode. And we were just talking about the power of true friendship. This is the power of true friendship. And I feel like we're gonna grow old, burp, and fart together. And we're gonna travel the world and do things. Thank y'all so much. Again, we didn't do it at the beginning, so I had to end it with this. That's yours. I'm sorry. My mic sound nice.
Check one.
My mic sound nice.
Check two.
My mic sound nice.
Check three.
Come on. Are you ready? Yeah. So YouTube, we're sorry for the sideways earlier. That's why my peeps need to be here, but they knew Jordan number enough, y'all. So we're tuning out. Man, I gotta work my own set because the boys ain't here, but here we go. Now we gotta hurry up. See y'all. All right. Hopefully we got it. End. How do you? Okay, maybe I hit the X right here. Don't judge us. Oh, can you hit that X, friend? Oh my God, there it is. Okay. Boom.